Nobody likes inheritance tax, but until now, farmers haven't had to worry about it. That's because they've enjoyed 100% tax relief under two categories. Agricultural property relief, covering land and farm buildings, and business property relief. That covers crops, livestock, machinery, farm shops and the like. The problem, if you're the Treasury, is 100% relief attracts people who want to shelter their wealth, and that's affected who's buying farms. This chart shows us what category of people are buying farms. Look at the first 3 quarters of this year. Just 30% here was bought by actual farmers. The rest is going to lifestyle farmers, think Jeremy Clarkson, private investors and institutional investors. Now, the government says sheltering wealth this way is unfair and unsustainable, so they're changing the rules. Instead of 100% relief, it will be limited. Now, every individual farmer will have £1 million of inheritance tax relief. That rises to £1.5 million once you add the normal personal reliefs that everybody gets. Could be £3 million if there's a couple passing on a farm. But above that, wherever you are on that scale, you will face a bill. How many farmers will be affected is the key question. The government likes these numbers. Agricultural property relief, we're interested in the estates that are worth more than £1 million, so could be above those thresholds. Just 462, says the Prime Minister. That's not too bad, doesn't sound too bad. But it doesn't include the business reliefs, and the National Farmers Union say the problem for them is much, much bigger. And they like these numbers from DEFRA, the Department of the Environment. These are farms, proportion by value, 10% worth less than £250,000. But just look at this. The government's own numbers, 49% of farms worth more than £1.5 million. That means they could be facing a tax bill. How do they pay for it? Farms are asset rich, but they're cash poor. This shows us just how cash poor. Average profits for croppable farms, arable and horticulture, look in the last financial year, they've halved and they're less than £50,000. Even with 10 years to pay off an inheritance tax bill of, say, £1 million, that's £100,000 a year. Your profit doesn't even get halfway. So perhaps the real question here is not, is inheritance tax fair for farmers? It's how do we make farming pay?